Good morning. Good morning. Have we started? I think we have. Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
Good
For the
morning.
15th time, good morning.
Welcome to
Coffee
Coffee
and
and Conversations
Conversations.
with AMR Elite Realtors with Taylor Properties. I am Alicia Richardson, CEO, owner, associate broker, all that good stuff.
And I am Juanita Winky Kennedy, associate broker with AMR.
And I am Karen Proctor, real estate agent with AMR.
One of our newest people here, Karen. Yes, and we are so delighted to have her here today.
We are excited to be here this morning.
Yes, we are.
Please forgive me, I'm a little hoarse. I'm just excited to see everybody.
Yes,
But this
indeed.
morning, we're going to just chit chat. We're just going to chit chat. That's what we're going to do. I have here with me AMR's top realtor for last month. Yay! But I also have here with me my up and coming top realtor for this month. I know we're going to do it this
All
month.
right, go ahead,
So I'm
Karen.
just excited about
Yes,
that.
indeed. Yes,
But
indeed.
we just wanted to, like I said, chit chat with you today about the market, what's going on, how we surviving as realtors. This is probably for everybody, not just for citizens that want to purchase, but this is for people that are aspiring to be realtors and all that as well. We just want to talk this morning because
Exactly.
sometimes we just need to talk things out, right? We just need to discuss some things and be grateful to be here together to be able to feed into you and the support that we get back from you. We just always want to thank you for that because we really, really appreciate it. But
let's talk about these houses that's selling.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what I will say is that houses are selling. They're selling a little bit slower depending on the price.
They are.
The higher the price, the longer it's kind of staying on the market. And I think one of the reasons why is because when you buy higher, sometimes people need a little bit more assistance to be able to buy higher. So I think we need to understand as real estate agents that make sure your clients get every program that they can get.
Yes.
Right? Because we want to make sure that if there's a program they can get in, Maryland Mortgage Program, maybe there's a credit union that they're with that they're getting approved by. Sometimes they have programs that
Yes,
will
they
give
do.
them money. Just investigate everything that you can and make sure that your client gets the top best benefit when they actually purchase a home with you, whether they're a buyer or a seller. So I think that's one of the things we got to look at in this market. And know that if they need additional closing help, don't be afraid in your contract to ask for that.
We just did it.
Yeah, right. If it's only
We
3%,
just did it, yeah.
3%. But if they need 4%, ask for it. They need 5%. They need 7%. Ask for it. I mean, they can only say yes or no. That's what I say.
Yeah, yeah.
What would you say?
That's what's happening right now. This is the market that a lot of sellers are, even though they don't want to, some of them have been making a decision to give some closing assistance because they have to figure out what needs to happen. Now, one of the things that I've seen currently is a lot of cash buyers.
Yes.
A lot of people are surprised that you have that many cash buyers, but a lot of cash buyers are really buying condos.
They are.
Because they're not FHA qualified. So when that condo, and this is one of the things for the sellers and the buyers as well to understand, when you have a condominium association that's not qualified to be purchased by FHA loan, the loan structure changes and that person is required to put more money down.
Because they normally have to use a conventional product to be able to purchase that
Right.
condo.
And that's like 10 to 20% down.
Depending on where you get the loan from.
Right. So most people look at that situation and say, well, I'm not going to put all that money down on just the condo.
Exactly.
So they're either going to pay all cash for it or they're just not going to purchase that condo. And that's one of the things that sellers need to keep in mind. If your property is not FHA qualified, you might have a longer time on the market, a slim choice of the purchasers that might come along to want to purchase it, and you might have to be giving some money back to make it work. So you have to price it right. You can't overprice that because that's really going to make people say, you know what, I'm not messing with this condo. They already asking too much, and now I got to put all this money down. So it's just different things like that are occurring as well with condominiums and in that type situation.
Well, you can still purchase a condominium that's not FHA approved with a conventional product.
Yes, you can.
So you don't really have to use cash.
Yes, you can.
It can be done. You know, you just have to get the right lender that will allow you to purchase it with that conventional product.
Yep.
And you can buy it just like you would buy anything else. I think a lot of investors are doing that. They're buying the properties, and what they're doing is they're renting them out.
They are.
Because it's something to add to the portfolio.
Yeah.
The only downside to that is that somebody that just wants to live in it doesn't get that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
know,
that-
that's
it's that-
working a job that, you know,
Yeah.
is getting paid every so many weeks or whatever. They're not getting the opportunity because someone comes with cash and they swoop it up and it's gone.
Yeah, and
So-
it's because it's a lot because of that down payment issue that I'm finding.
Yeah.
But that conventional loan will work. You just have to, be financially ready to put a little bit more money out.
But
One
if you
of the key
say,
things that you said, Juanita, was finding the right lender.
right,
Finding the right
that's
lender,
really
a big
key.
thing.
Yeah,
a big
the
thing.
the right lender is like everything. I mean, it's more like with real estate, it's like the meat and potatoes of the transaction. If you get with the wrong lender, Lord help, I don't even know what else to say. I mean, in all of
It's not a
my
good
12
situation.
years as a real estate agent, I've had good transactions, I've had bad transactions, but getting the right lender is really key. I
Oh.
mean, that's really, really,
That's
you
what
know,
I
you just
know.
have to
As a
investigate
new
the
agent,
person.
that's one of the things I've noticed.
Yes,
Uh,
you have to do it, and they have to be the type of lender that cares too. It's not just about the
Thank you.
not just about the transaction, but cares about the person that's actually purchasing the house.
That's the biggest thing. I apologize. That's the biggest thing is having a lender that wants to have you have the house, not I want to get paid off of you.
Right, exactly.
That and that's what we do really here. When you acquire us as your realtor, we're not in it just because we want to get paid. Okay,
Right,
We're
we
in
love what we do.
it. Yes,
and
we're
we
in
love
it.
our clients.
That's right.
And
We're
we'll
in it
see.
because we want to make sure you get the house that you desire, but we want to make sure you get it under the right terms.
Exactly.
Under
Under
the
the
right
right
terms.
terms is
Yeah.
what is really most important. So, I mean, I think here at AMR Elite Realtors with Taylor Properties, we pride ourselves in giving our clients the very, very best. And that's the best educated realtors. And that's the best educated title companies. And that's the best educated lenders or lender partners that we work with. And so we try to work together to make sure that each person that we, service as far as real estate is concerned, that they have the very best
Yes.
to be able to make educated choices
Yes.
while they're in the middle of that transaction.
Yes, education is key.
Yes.
Education is key.
Yes.
Education is key.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can't say that enough because the more you know, the more comfortable you are with your transaction,
Absolutely.
the more you feel free to make your decisions of what you want. You don't want someone that's constantly telling you, do this, do this, do this. You want to know the information so you can figure out what you want to do. And then it's just our job to help you do what you want to do.
And so let's talk about these interest rates. Do you think that that's stopping people from actually being able to buy?
I do.
You
I
do?
Just because, like you said, the prices of home when it's higher,
Uh-huh.
that's keeping the clients from purchasing. And then you add that with interest rate, that's definitely.
Well, see, we have to turn that narrative around as real estate agents, and we have to let people know. Remember, there was a time when interest rates were 12, 13, 14, and
They were.
15%.
They were.
People still purchased homes. Okay, so remember, homes are always going to sell. I don't care how high the interest rates gets, but you have to remember that you marry the mortgage and you date the rate. Remember, you're just on a date with the rate. The rate can change as long as you keep your credit good. You can always refinance. The mortgage amount stays the same. So if you pay $500,000, that's not going to change. Yes, it's going to go down as you pay it off, but the rate, if you get it at 7%, which the interest rate today is about 6.75. Let's just say that it's about 6.75
That's
or
the
7.
lowest you can get.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's just say a year from now it goes down to 5.3. Well, then you got the opportunity to swoop right in there as long as you keep your credit good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is the thing. This is the true scenario of it. Everybody said, "Oh, I'm waiting for the interest rate to drop." Right? If the interest rate drops, the price of houses is going to go
up
So
high.
this is what can happen. Because you have to have a certain amount of equity in your house to refinance. Plus, you have to have good credit still. You got to make that payment. Now, I am not a lender. I'm just talking on what I think I know, okay?
Well, no, it's true.
So, right.
Because debt to
I'm just
income
saying.
ratio, if you go and buy a house and then you go buy 3 cars, okay, your debt to income ratio
mess
is now
yourself up.
done.
Yeah, you'll
So
mess
when you
yourself
go to
up.
refinance, they're gonna count those 3 cars against what money that you make.
Right.
So you have to keep yourself kind of debt free once you
do.
purchase a home, so that you're able to refinance when the opportunity arises.
Absolutely, and that's what I was going
key.
to say.
That's key.
So what's happening is the interest rate will drop. The price of houses will go up. So if you paid $500,000 for your house, right, with the 7% interest rate, well, once the interest rate drops, now your house is probably going to go up to maybe, let's say, 550, 560. So you have that equity there to be able to change your interest rate.
Exactly.
Right? So now, if you're comfortable with your 7% at 500,000, how comfortable are you going to be at 5% at that same thing? So now, you got to think about the long term of it. Now you change from a $3,000 mortgage to a $2,400 mortgage. That's excellent. That's a great situation to be in.
Right.
But let's say you buy the house when the interest rate drops. Now this house that was 500 is now you're going to purchase it for 560 at 5% interest rate or whatever. You're not in a good place, because what you did was you bought a higher price house at a lower interest rate, but it's now your mortgage payment is going to stay at that price.
Exactly. So let me tell you something. Don't keep waiting to buy a house and waiting on the interest rates to go down. Doesn't look like they're going down anytime soon.
No.
Okay?
They're not even predicted to.
Buy now and keep your credit good, and then refinance when the rate does go down. A house is still an asset.
Yes.
Remember that.
Yes, it is.
You can't do anything with an apartment but move in and out of it. That's it.
That's absolutely
And take
right.
your things with you. So, I mean, I just encourage everybody, if you don't own a home and you want to own a home, stop listening to the news. Because at the end of the day, once you own something, then you have something that no matter how times get hard, you can always sell it and get some money from it.
Yes.
So no matter what. So I am encouraging all of my first-time home buyers, throw your hat in the ring.
Yes.
Do not sit here and say, oh, I'm waiting for the interest rate to change. Because if they change, the price of that house may be $300,000, but if they change and go down, the price of that house is going to be $350, $360. And at that point, you may not even be able to afford it.
Yeah.
Also, I want to make a point. Once the interest rate go down, you got to know your competition is going to be greater as well.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Because more people are going to start coming to the table.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Down, your competition is going to go up.
And it's going to be that crazy.
Have you been to a house yet where you got to stand in line to get in?
I haven't.
Well, that has happened in the market. So
Or you have an open house and there's people constantly coming in and out. She
Yes.
just had one.
Yes.
She just
I
had
had
one.
over 20, 25 people come to the last open house I had.
Yeah.
I mean, it trickled in, but at the end of the day, people are still looking.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that it's not enough inventory. So when there's scarcity, well, then we know what happens. Prices get jacked up.
Yeah.
So when there's one house and you have 500 people looking at it, then what? The person that's selling it has the ability to go up on the price
Yeah.
because there's no other houses.
Yeah.
So we need some people too to think about, if you're on the fence about selling, this is the time. You can still get top dollar for your house.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes,
You can
this is
get
a good time
top
to sell.
dollar
It is.
for your house.
So one of the things, and I know you just kind of experienced it, and we don't have like all the knowledge about it, but assumable loans.
Yes.
So how did you hunt for it? I guess to give advice on how you can help assist someone to find that assumable
That's one
loan.
of the things that I just kept looking for houses, and then you have to keep reading to the fine print, like for the public
Right.
records, and that's where you mostly saw that. We just kept looking. I went through many listings, and because that's my client actually is one to look for an assumable loan house. So yeah, you just have to take time. to look
Assumable,
for 'em.
yeah.
And actually, before I even researched, I was actually many lenders and agents were telling me, you don't want to do that, don't do that. They were just discouraging me and my client from even doing it. Then they said, you're not going to find too many assumable loans, but actually there are many more assumable loans. When I tell them that we found like 3 or 4 the last week. So they are out here now. So
Yeah.
And most agents had not dealt with them,
Yeah.
and they telling you that it's hard to find. But right now, the assumable loans are out here, and they're more common now.
Our resident assumable loan agent here. Give her a call. But it's catches out there.
Exactly.
Everybody is just not willing to dive into it, but she's put the research in and she's working on it and actively pursuing one right now. So we're gonna wish her the best of luck on that, and
It's
know
gonna work out.
that she's gonna conquer that market. And we're here for the assumable loans.
Yes,
And one of the good things about assumable loans is that they get a great interest rate.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
So people want, so think about that. If you want to go down that route, we have somebody here that specializes in it now, and she can definitely give you all the 411 you need to know. Assumable mortgages is a good thing.
Yes, yes.
Especially if you're a VA client as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways to purchase a home. There are a lot of people that think they can't purchase. But I said it last week or the week before, and I'll say it again. If you're willing to rent a property and give them 3 months of mortgage up front because you have...
No, not mortgage, rent.
Rent.
Security
3 months
deposit.
of rent. Security deposit, first month rent, and an additional month. That could end up at this point in time being $6,000 to $8,000.
Yes, because
Okay.
rent is high.
That's
And
money
they
you
know
could have used to put towards purchasing a home. Just
Exactly.
don't do it. It's just crazy to put all that money into renting somebody's house and paying their mortgage when you could be paying your own.
Exactly.
It's
And you never know whether you can purchase a home until you reach out to one of us agents and we can do the research for
That's
you.
right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Don't
I've
say
had
you
so
can't
many
purchase a
people
home.
like that too. They say, I don't know if I can, right?
My
And then-
credit score is low. Yeah, that's the main thing.
But there are lenders that got options for low credit scores.
Let me tell you something. The lenders have got to be savvy in this market too. Right
Yes.
now, they're just like real estate agents. When things are slow, they have got to do whatever it is and whatever it takes to make a transaction happen. So they have changed many of their products.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
To make sure whether or not, even if you're low score or a high score, you can buy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's for real. So you just gotta investigate and call AMR Elite Realtors with Taylor Properties so we can work with you.
Amen.
Yeah, we're here. We are most definitely here. I appreciate everybody for watching this morning. I hope you got some good information once again. If we have any comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to put them down. I will contact you. If not individually, I know I will respond to you afterwards. A little hard trying to do it all at one time right now. I'm just, look, I don't have my second set of eyes on, so I apologize. But I love you all. We are what?
Reliable Realtors.
Providing
Exceptional service.
No need to go far.
Come on down to AMR. We love you guys. Have a great day on purpose.
Amen.
All righty, so we'll see you next time. Let me turn this live off. I know you love looking at us. We love looking at you too.